Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are returning, and if you are new here, my name is Sabrina. I am an occultist. I am a diviner, a seeker, a seer, a medium, and a shamanic counselor. This video is a video request. It is a request video for not a viewer, but someone that had commented on a comment that I had made regarding a spirit that I have worked with. It was a question: how did I do it? And I commented that I think I've mentioned what I did. It was very simple, but I don't know that I've made a video on that. I can't find it. I may have to make a video on that. So this person actually requested that I make the video. So this video goes out to Marie, who has a longer username, but I'm not going to say it all. Thank you, Marie, for the question. I hope that you do get to watch this video and that you find it helpful. I have spent over 20 years working with spirits. This is what I have been led to do. This is a big part of my makeup and my sidereal chart. I mention that because this is an important part I'm going to be talking about in a minute, and working with this particular spirit named Orias or Orias. Now there's a couple different ways that people have worked with this spirit, but what I usually do is I spend about 18 months working with a spirit that I'm particularly attracted to or interested in, to really build a strong foundation. Now, as an advanced practitioner, I am able to see spirits. I can actually, on 2 occasions, have seen them in a dark mirror. And one time it was an image of a dark mirror on a TV. So it can happen in different ways. But you don't need to do that in order to be able to call a spirit and ask a spirit to work with you. This Marie, I believe, was impressed by the correspondences related to Orias. Orias is said to have an incredible ability to turn a disaster, flip a disaster into something beneficial so that a person can heal from it, can find the silver lining in the problem, to come to an understanding of why it happened, or what was done. The outcome remains to be seen. Here's my story. Okay, I think that's a little better. I came upon information about this spirit through another scholar, believe it or not. I don't think he works with all of the spirits that he writes about. And I was so touched by the powerful energies that this spirit can produce to help a situation that has been traumatic. It's been very shocking, and we all have our own levels of how we react to things. And kind of just turn it around, turn it into something serendipitous is what was described. It brought me to tears, actually, because I had been through something that was emotionally traumatic for me. Someone had used me as a scapegoat and had screamed profanities at me, and I'd never done anything to them except make a simple request that they respect my personal space. This triggered something in me. This person projected their energy onto me, and then it triggered some issues that I had had from childhood. I became extremely fatigued, not just exhausted, fatigued. I was having a terrible time getting up and getting dressed and going to work. And I was kind of having bad luck too, because I needed to work and I couldn't pick and choose my assignments. And so I just ended up getting an assignment that turned out to be one of the worst assignments I've ever had. So I was really going through a lot of distress. I was crying a lot. It can be difficult to have to go out and deal with the public when you work outside of the home. But I was strong enough at that point to push through it. And I did that in my own way. However, about 3 months later, I decided that I wanted to really know why this person had done it. Now, I had gone to a counselor to talk about what happened, and this is where sometimes psychology falls short. They want you to focus on yourself and forget about the other person and what they did, why they did it. I disagree with that. If you don't understand what might be the issue with that person and why you were triggered, then you don't understand what your own issue is and how you need to continue meditating, quieting your mind and getting information. Orias is very good. Orias relates to Scorpio. Now, I don't have all the particulars on that in this video. I'm going to probably take this video down or remake it and add it to my Ko-fi account, because at this point, after 20 years, I'm ready to create a Ko-fi account and start listing all the spirits that I've worked with and be compensated. I deserve to be compensated, and I need, I've been giving things away for free for over 6 years now. So on this video, I'll simply say that it is a correspondence to Scorpio, which I have found to be really, really, really wonderful in getting to the root of the matter, which is what shamanism is, getting to the bottom of it, what is the issue, and getting the truth. Now, sometimes the truth can cause hurt feelings. The truth can be a very hard pill to swallow. But in this case, it was very beneficial to me. Now, I think this person might have gotten to the point where they realized they were having some problems because I had reported what they did, and their life was already changing. They were not getting exactly what they wanted because they had offended me. And getting what they thought they wanted, things were starting to change. The truth was coming out. Now, I had decided, first of all, I just want to get to know the spirit. This is how I work. You could draw a sigil and just look at it. Talk to the spirit. Orias, I just heard some wonderful things about you. You're forging a connection. I'm really impressed with what you can do. I know Scorpio is great for getting to the heart of the matter and finding out the truth of the matter. I'm really seeking the truth as to why this person did what they did. What in fact is the issue? Maybe they're emotionally troubled. What is one of the things that is really behind what this person did? Now, on Halloween, I'm going to backtrack a bit. On Halloween, on Samhain, October 30th, I had a very, very strong dream that this person had come up to speak to me. And then they did something else, and I walked after them and asked, where are you going, and why was it that you were so mad at me? And they began to explain. I was mad at I was angry with and then they stopped. This person may have already been coming to some awareness that they were angry with themselves, but they couldn't admit it. This is the power of getting into that death current energy of Samhain. And the same is the truth with Scorpio, which is related to death and rebirth. So I decided I'm just going to meditate with Orias, and I'm going to ask, how do you work? Can you show me a little bit about yourself? There was an aspect of astrology that had been mentioned about Orias, and I said, I don't know that I really want to necessarily learn about astrology. I don't know what it is you'd have to show me. I have been studying sidereal astrology. I have done my chart and two of my friends. But I'm really, really wanting to know right now if you can show me a little bit of something about yourself. And then I pulled up a video on YouTube and I listened to the chant as I was going to sleep. And that night I did dream something about astrology. I don't remember what it was because I didn't document and I didn't record a video for it. But there was some aspect of astrology where I woke up going, wow, as above, so below. Something I saw was being mirrored on the earth plane that was actually, I knew, going on in the heavens. So on another evening, I don't remember what day it was, I recommend a Wednesday, okay? That is the best day for you to be divining with Spirit. There's a freebie for you right there. I laid down again and I said, thank you so much for revealing to me and reminding me that as above, so below. But I still want to get to the heart of the matter as to why, what else was the reason why this person did what they did? Because I felt a lot of things and I suffered. This person may have been ready to actually kind of explain to me what it was that they had done and why they did it. They knew that they had, offended me to the point where I put up surveillance cameras. I just didn't want to be exposed to this person coming around and doing whatever it was they were going to do anymore. I didn't want to see them, and if I did, I wanted to record it because I just felt like this was craziness that had happened. So I went to bed, I listened to the chant once again. That's all I did. I looked at the sigil, I listened to the video, I listened to the chant as I was going to sleep. And that evening, I dreamed that I was at a resort. Everything was white, and I was with this person, and we were walking around, and I felt like we were on vacation, like it was summertime, and we decided we wanted to do some activity after, I don't know, walking around. And he asked me, do you want to go to the pool or do you want to go play tennis? And I said, well, thank you for asking me what I want to do. I said, I've been going to the pool a lot over the past few years, but I haven't played tennis in a while, so maybe I want to go play tennis. So I ran into my apartment to get my tennis racket. And I realized this was the apartment complex where I had been living. Everything was white, and we had a pool. When I came out with my racket, I took advantage of the light moment, and I said, so why was it that you said that? So to me, did that to me, or so angry with me? And he was ready to actually confess it. And he said, I had said to myself, I would be married by the end of the year. And that blew me away. Because after all the thinking I had done for 3 months, that was not something that had ever occurred to me. This person had got an idea formed in their head and had never been able to do the right things to approach me and speak to me and get to know me. So this was a very conflicted, very troubled person. And in parking in my space to try to get my attention, backfired on them. And they just didn't know how to handle it. So this is my story, and Orias will work in the way that it needs to for you, either to help you have understanding so that you can work through your emotions and actually understand where the other person was coming from. And then you go from there. And it certainly doesn't mean that you have to get back with someone, or, don't form any type of grand generalizations about what you need to do going forward. Have the information you need and the understanding you need in order to move forward. Now, the scholar had mentioned maybe a car accident that occurs that has you incredibly worried about how you're going to get around now, but then you're able to benefit financially through insurance, and you can go and get maybe an even better car. So that's another example of how it might work with you, depending on what's going on in your life. One thing to know, I'll tell you here, is that spirits cannot override your natal chart. That's a contract you have with God. So, after 20 years of my working at an altar and working with spirits, I have learned they cannot override the contract you've made with God and the things that you need to learn on the process of your life. So that's it for now, and I hope this has been helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe, and thank you very much. I will leave my link for PayPal because, like I said, I am looking for consideration from now on for all the work that I have done, the research I have done, and all of the sharing that I am from the work I have done. I would appreciate a $5 or more donation to the PayPal me for this channel. Thank you very much.